Glad you're with us. It's Blake Groupie to get this one started, and off we go here in New Orleans. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now the first carry for Devin Singletary. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field of the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
He's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Here's Locke to throw. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down.
Well, that one hurts. I mean, it was 3rd down, of course, but now the penalty, and we're back to first down.
Yeah, it hurts momentum in a big way, and they built that up here in the early going. Now, that leaves the opposition with a first down. That's a mistake you don't want to make at this point in the game.
Straight ahead, here's Tracy. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Nice chunky yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Block now to throw.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Throwing now is Locke. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 24 yards.
Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage. I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They'll go again with Tracy.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive.
Now a play fake, and here's Locke.
And that is incomplete.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
On 4th down, on is Graham Gano for the Giants field goal.
From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder.
Gano's kick is good.
And the Giants are off now to a 3-0 lead.
Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
Yeah, one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed them to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Carr going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10.
At their own 19-yard line. On play action, they'll throw.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted.
And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
You can almost hear the noise coming from the nearby French Quarter. And they're being just as loud inside Caesars Superdome here in New Orleans. Late groupie out and ready to send this away. And we're underway in Caesars Superdome. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, a give to full. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Now might be a good spot to remind everybody, about for the 1000th time, how much better athletes these D tackles are today, Kate. A decade or two ago, they just ate up space. Now, they eat up running backs.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Now the first carry for Nick Chubb. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Yeah, you want to get above 5 yards to carry? Well, put together runs like that. And I'll tell you what else a run like that does, Kate. That sets up the play action, right? When you really just gouge and gash a defense like that, the next time you run that action, they're going to be thinking running the ball to go right over their head.
First down, and they go right back to it. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. The rookie from Texas there on the tackle.
I know that may look like a whole lot of... on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Hey, don't get me wrong, Kate. Every defensive guy, they watch tape in their own ways. But linebackers, well, they're a little bit like quarterbacks. They got to develop that sixth sense by watching that tape so they can diagnose and get home in a hurry like he just did.
3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? Here's Watson. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up. They're going for it. Here's Watson. That's cut beyond the marker. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. How about 19 yards on 4th down, and the call to go for it pays off considerably. They have another 1st and 10 on this opening drive, this one from the opposing 40. Play action, it's Watson. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and clear. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up the big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home that sack.
Just 1 yard. Could have used considerably more. That's going to bring up 3rd and very long. Working from the gun, Watson escapes the pocket. That'll be complete to Ford. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains, but I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out, and this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
So some time to maybe reconsider what to do on 4th down. That's the end of the first. We're ready now for the 2nd quarter. Browns in control of it. They could easily go for this. It's 4th and 2. He finds him beyond the marker. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. That was the biggest 3-yard gain you're going to see, because instead of a turnover on downs, Brock, it gets them a 1st. They give inside to Chubb. And that run very short, only getting to the 27. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. Staying on the ground here with Chubb. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Kate, you know exactly what term I think of in a spot like this. Sticking his face in the fan. Because there are a lot of bigger bodies for a corner to sort through right there in the middle of the field. But he still charged in, made that stop happen, and I promise you, his teammates noticed.
The screen pass falls incomplete.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect. And all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
On 4th down, here's Watson. On the move, headed right. He sends this one. Oh, they got it. Intercepted along the goal line. Picked off by Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints get a great return up close to their own 30 before they're able to drag him down.
Red zone defense. It is a part of the practice week at least twice. Thursdays, Fridays, even tuning it up on Saturdays. Because it's all about protecting in the red zone. And not only protecting points, but taking the ball away. That is a gold star effort by the defense.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They go play action with Carr. He had it for a moment, but a complete defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate. before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
This is Alvin Kamara with it. And he's able to maneuver this up past the 30. They get about 4 there. Need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6. So we're at the 2-minute warning here from the Superdome. And it's the Saints facing a 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, Carr. That's caught for the first. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Carr off the play fake. Bails out of the pocket quick. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete.
You know, we're so often in today's game looking for this, that escapability, and I love that, getting out of harm's way. Now you just got to find a way to make the connection on the other end.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Back to the air. Carr. Got his target. It's Hill. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that's good for a New Orleans 1st down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Opening script working gangbusters so far. 1st and 10 now at the 29. Here's a give inside to Kamara. And his charge towards the line, that's right around 3 yards. Second down now, 7 to go. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. He just got rid of it, Brock, but he was still in that tackle box. This is going to draw the flag. Well, I've always wanted to ask this, and this feels like the perfect moment, Brock. Is there ever a time where a quarterback feels intentional grounding is actually worth it?
No. I don't think so. Not for your team, not for your play caller, not for your coach, not for the game situation. There really isn't a time. You've got to find an outlet, somewhere to throw that ball away safely.
Here he is on 3rd and long. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. Well, partner, you know this one firsthand. Getting them behind the sticks really limited what the call could be on the offensive side, and no doubt helped set up that INT.
Unfortunately, I sure do. And when you're in these situations, you got to have self-talk. You really do as a quarterback. You got to tell yourself 3rd and long, extra long like this, protect the football. Protect the football. A punt is okay. Quarterback extra aggressive in the defense. Well, they did exactly what they wanted to do. They took it from them.
Here's Watson, 1st and 10. That one complete to Njoku. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. The Browns take the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. They're set up at the 35 now. Watson on 1st and 10. That one is incomplete. The clock now down to 16 seconds remaining. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Back to the air, Watson. Throw left side, complete. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's good for a Cleveland 1st down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Saints might be able to get some points late after the interception.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful, right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. And this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
Here comes the final play of our first half. Gonna keep this one and go. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. You better get all of this one. It's got a ways to go. Online, but not enough juice. It's no good short. So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Heward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Well, Brock, I think it's safe to say this has been a defensive slobber knocker through too, right? Maybe some points finally on the horizon as we resume play. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback, this drive starting from the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Carr. He throws a bullet down the right sideline. Taking a deep shot there on 1st down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete. Not on the same page with his tight end. And now it's 2nd down.
You know, I love this, Kate, from an offense. Just philosophically, stretching that secondary out with your tight end. Even still, one of the deeper targets you're going to see him get. It's a shame they couldn't quite connect.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Running behind center with Kamara. And he's swallowed up in the middle. No gain on the run. Hauled to the ground by Jordan Hicks. No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on 3rd down. Carr setting to throw. He puts some power on a deep one left. This has been a trend. Yet another interception. Greg Newsome has it. And the Browns take possession off their 2nd interception of the game. Well, Brock, it was an absolute battle in the first half as they played to a tie heading into the locker rooms. And already we have the first big play of half number 2 with that INT.
Yeah, not just the first big play, but maybe the first separating play here, Kate. There's always a moment in the second half, especially when one of these teams makes the play, right? That one that we're going to circle and look back to as the defining play of the half. We may just have witnessed it right there.
2nd and 10 now. Stays upright. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
I really like the timing of that screen call to the perimeter. Get the ball in space to operate and turns into a nice gain.
Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. Chum going for the marker. And he's brought down for a loss. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. He's back to throw. Moore's got it. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. They hit him for 5 yards on 4th down and get the successful conversion.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
Chubb here on 1st down. And his defense offering no room at all up the gut there. No gain. Willie Gay there on the tackle. Watson now off play action. Flushed out of the pocket. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. From the gun, Watson. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Intended target there was David Njoku. So that brings up 4th and long. Dustin Hopkins is going to try this Browns field goal. From the left hash, a 40-yard look. Carlson's kick is good. And that kick gives them the lead.
I know. Sometimes we take kickers for granted, but I'll tell you what, you can't hit that any better. Never even flirted with an upright. That was right down the middle.
To return this, Rashid Shaheed. And look at this return. The tackle's made, so this drive will begin at the 34-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They're going to start on the ground with Kamara. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Myles Garrett coming in for the stop. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. Now he'll throw off the play fake. That's caught. Rashid Shaheed makes the play. And he's out of bounds after getting this to the opposing 45.
Well, he saw his guy.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Man in motion here. On 1st down, they'll run. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Not sure if it was a missed assignment on the line, a dominant play on his part, or maybe a little bit of both, Kate, but look at those dudes down there defensively. Man, they are fired up after that stick behind the line.
Here's 2nd and 14. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Okay, you'll often hear me talk about setting an edge. Well, think of it this way as well, especially with a bootleg. You want to be like the jaws of a defense. You want to just keep him inside. Get those jaws a-closing, and there's no escape valve for the QB then.
Looking to throw. just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Punter takes the field on fourth down, and he sends this one flying. Breaks the tackle, still going. And he'll scrape together what he can on the return. He gets it back to the 20. That one in the books is a 48-yard punt. And the Browns will go on offense. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Throwing off the play fake here. Blitz is there, and he goes down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in New Orleans. Browns holding on to a field goal lead. They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Ford. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Now just 4 seconds after our 2-minute warning, we've got another pause. Timeout taken by the defense.
That is teaching tape for a linebacker. Read, react, and finish.
Defense with an excellent opportunity at a stop here on 3rd down. Just kept going their own way, and that's going to cost them. That is a safety. That one is not going to get any easier to watch during film study, Brock. Some chances to go down, but instead opting to keep extending the play. And then all of a sudden, in the end zone for a safety.
Yeah, ultimately, there just comes a time where you've got to understand where you are on the field, right? Hey, I'm trying to make a play. I'm trying to make a play. That's all great in the middle of the field. But when you're in the danger zone like this, and you can give that defense 2 points and energize the other side, you got to know where you are on the field and just get rid of the ball.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. He'll look to throw it. Catch made by Alvin Kamara. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. We have a timeout here. 2nd one taken by New Orleans. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting that first. Back to throw. This one's taken in by Hill. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. Now the Saints hustling people forward. They need to get set. Setting up to pass. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Looking to throw it. Forced out to his right. Passing struggles bleeding over from that last play. He's forced to get rid of this one.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do on that play. Felt the pressure and escapes the pocket. After that, it's on somebody downfield to get open and give him a target. No one did, and he simply has to get rid of it.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on fourth. To throw. That's incomplete on fourth down, and they'll turn over possession.
On any fourth down attempt, somebody's going to get a huge momentum boost. It was the offense who laid down the challenge, but it was the defense who delivered. And now it's their teammates going to take over on the field with the very next series.
And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. The Saints call their third and final timeout.
From a city that has hosted 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans. Glad you're with us. It's Blake Groupie to get this one started, and off we go here in New Orleans. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. First play, Mahomes looking to throw it. On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Oh, boy, partner, did that just happen? I've got my hand over my eyes right now because, like him, it's going to haunt my dreams, too. He was wide open. How did he overthrow him there?
Defensively, just very lucky. You know that they got away with one there. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Again, it's Pacheco. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle. Extra effort moves the sticks. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down.
There it is, a staple of most teams' playbooks, the angle route. A lot of times you want to take away that inside route by a back, but when they sell it like he's going to the flat, that is tough on inside linebackers. One false step, and that ball's completed.
Now here's Mahomes. He's going deep for Brown. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Hollywood Marquise Brown, 45 yards.
And the Chiefs get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Sheds off the tackle.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Carr going to lead the Saints up here first and 10.
At the 31-yard line. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
What a way to start a drive. An excellent run, a tone setter, and now if you want to take a shot on second down and go play action and make it look like the same exact play and throw it over the top, you can do so because you've established the run in a big way.
Kamara gets it again on second down. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield.
12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara.
He works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. Second down. From the 46-yard line, a second down and 6.
Again, it's Kamara. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got it with a third down coming up.
What down? 694.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr.
That one out wide and intercepted. Picked off by Leo Chanel. And the Chiefs are going to take over at their own 41.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line.
Now 2nd and 5.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. throw is going to be incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now Mahomes. That is caught. Hopkins with a quick feet and taking it across midfield and inside the 45. First catch of the game for Hopkins. It's a first down. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. That ball caught. It's Rice. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. That is caught inside the 5. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just did the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. On the run, this is Gray. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Noah Gray.
It's a building that's meant so much to the city of New Orleans and all of its residents over the years. And our coverage of the NFL has brought us to it, Caesars Superdome. Blake Grupe out and ready to send this away. And here we go from New Orleans. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Right to the air, Burrow. Oh, it's intercepted. What a start. And the Saints force the turnover on the first series of this game. Wow, so a conservative play to begin the game, Brock. Not exactly how I imagined they drew that one up.
No, not at all. I can tell you one thing, Kate. If that's how even these shorter, more conservative, easier throws are going to go for them, they're in for a rough contest today.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. This is Kamara. And that's good for a gain of 5. B.J. Hill, the one to bring him down. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Whiteout's getting involved in the ground game. He's within striking distance. Give him about 16 yards on that game, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Well, this is a headache-inducing run for a defensive coach. I could just imagine that staff both upstairs and down on the field watching it, Kate, because now, well, they don't have to just worry about this guy catching as a receiver. Now they know he can be a weapon in the ground game, too.
They'll run with Kamara. Has the New Orleans touchdown. The Saints pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Alvin Kamara, the touchdown. Oh, and it's no good. So an early hiccup after the touchdown as the score will stay at 6-zip. Now, probably still mentally kicking himself after that missed point after. He can take a little frustration out here as he kicks this away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. This one taken in by Chase. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. On the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Second and 1. This finds all complete. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
The smartest pass catchers I've ever been around, they know how to set up an outcut beautifully. They recognize when they have leverage, how to sell the deep route, and then boom, they just break it out as if it's nothing.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Burrow out of the shotgun. On the move, past the 40. And they're going to bring him down at the 39. 36. Give him 13 on that play. And it sets up a Cincinnati first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
On 1, ready?
First down, ball at the 36.
Here we go, here we go.
To throw again, it's Burrow. Buys time, rolling right. He's marveling over something here and just chucks it away.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, and you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. It's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Burrow from the gun. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. He made taking away that quick slant look easy there, Brock, even in zone coverage.
Yeah, it is not an easy route to stop, and you have to have tremendous eyes. I talked to you, Kate, and everybody about anticipation as a quarterback. It's the same thing for a cornerback in zone. He anticipated that route. It was Johnny on the spot.
Here we go.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Burrow setting up the play action. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well, no luck on his first look of the game, and that brings up fourth and long. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Brock. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance this offense places on throwing the ball to their tight ends, and they were ready for it and all over it.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on fourth. Trying for it with Burrow. On target to his man Higgins. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. Well, never tell them the odds, Brock, because they called the right play there. They gained 13 on 4th and 10, and that's enough for the first.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
First down, Burrow to throw. Catch made by Chase Brown. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. So before they can set up for another play, we've hit the end of the first quarter. Neither side separating much so far. Back to the Superdome of Caesar in just a bit. We're all set to bring you the second quarter. The Bengals well within striking distance. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. He's on the move. Gets it towards the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Oh, that is such a bummer. A dropped touchdown right in the end zone. We're going to see how quickly he can flush this one. He better, because they got to make an impact later.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on fourth. Throwing is Burrow. Chased out to his right. And they won't do it. That falls incomplete on fourth down. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Running left. This is Kamara. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Look at Cam Taylor-Britt getting up there to track that one down. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. Carr off the play fake. Caught by his fullback behind the line. And they take him down at the 24-yard line.
You know, Kate, that really is one of the benefits that comes with experience. You'll feel it. All right, look at the quarterback, never seeing the rush, never looking at the rush. Instead, eyes are downfield, and the big play follows.
It's Kamara on 3rd down. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. It's a pickup of 11. And the Saints are going to have a 1st down. We get a timeout now from the Bengals. That's going to be their 1st. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the 1st half. They're set up at the 35 now. Throwing on 1st down. It's Carr. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Back to the air. Carr. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. From the shotgun, Carr hits his running back. And he eats a huge hit as he tries for the marker. Almost nothing after the catch that time, Brock. It's going to be 4th down. So we're at the 2-minute warning here from the Superdome. The Saints looking for a score before halftime. Punt team on the field. And this is the first time he's been called on today. He gets him out of the deep part of their half. This is out across the 20. He manages 13 on this punt return. And it'll be Bengals football. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Burrow. Has a man. It's Brown. And it's a nice little chunk here. 6 yards. Brought down by Tyrann Mathieu.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Play action now. Burrow. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, Man, is it difficult on the defense.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Burrow to the air now. Gets it to his man, Mike Gesicki. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. Cincinnati uses its 2nd timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
On 1st down, here's Burrow. Escapes the pocket. That's complete. Here's Brown. And he's going to be out of bounds. Looks like a yard or 2 short of the 25.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Here's Burrow. Completed over the middle. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. The final timeout taken by the Bengals. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. From the red zone now. And he will score. It's a Cincinnati touchdown. The Bengals tie it just before halftime. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
That one splits the uprights. And the Bengals take the lead on that successful kick. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. This is taken in at the 13. And that's out of bounds all the way across the 45, very nearly to midfield.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
The Saints enjoying some good field position to start this drive off. 1st and 10 coming up. Here's Carr. And that's going to fall incomplete. We're down to 9 seconds left.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
Looking to throw. Got his target. It's Hill. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Now, just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. It's from the right hash, 46 yards. It's close and no good. It connects with that left upright. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. To return this, Rashid Shaheed. And he gets crunched by a big hit right at the 25 to end that return. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Carr. Kamara's got it. Has some daylight through the 40. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. How about a big hitter, 30, 40 yards there and a new set of downs. So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot. Carr now on 1st and 10. Completes this one to Hill. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, over the years, I have heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Carr with it on 1st. This is reeled in by Kamara. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal.
Something out of nothing, Kate. That may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. They're going to try with the wideouts. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Hey, it's not a sack, but these edge players love chasing down runs for negative plays and tackles for loss.
Gotta forget about 1st down in a hurry. They need a chunk of yards here on 2nd and goal. Kamara running out of the gun. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I don't mind a little surprise every once in a while. That's not an obvious running situation on 2nd and long, but this front more than prepared for the offense to try to pull that surprise.
Third and goal. Here's Carr. And that's incomplete. He's going to wish he hung on to that pick there, but it's still going to bring up 4th down.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, well, he just couldn't quite hang on.
Mikatomny's kick is good. And they've taken back the lead.
Here in the 3rd quarter, he gets a chance to make up for the miss on his 1st attempt of the game. This time, well, he is totally dialed in, and he gets this one to count.
Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go.
They kick the running back in motion. First and 10 now. Here's Burrow. Higgins makes the catch. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. the shotgun. Burrow hits him on the out route. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. Three quarters in the books from this one. It's Bengals football, and they know what they need to do. Trailing here in the fourth. New set of downs for him from the 46. First down, Burrow to throw. Fits it through the middle. Touchdown, Cincinnati! The Bengals take a fourth-quarter lead. T. Higgins, the touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
That one right down the middle. And the Bengals jump in front now by 5. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Here's a give to Kamara. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
To be a stud back in this league, it takes more than just checking the athletic boxes. There's an IQ, a feel, a patience and craftiness required along with just tremendous vision. He showed all of it navigating that run up the middle.
First down, and they go right back to him. And a nice gain is met by a punishing hit to bring it to a halt. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a New Orleans first down. Another run for Kamara. And he'll get this forward, and he's stopped at the 37. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next. They stay on the ground with Kamara. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. Pick up a 5 on that play. And the Saints are going to have a first down. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in New Orleans. Saints trailing by 5. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Going to the ground again on first. And they bring him down at the 25-yard line after surrendering some good yardage. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
Right now. Hands up.
behind center with Kamara. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave him enough to pick up a first with some room to spare.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. They've got a man in motion. Kamara now on 1st and 10. And he's brought down for a loss. The Saints calling for a timeout, their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
Well, once we saw them on a collision course with one another, we know how inertia works. The bigger man, he wins.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Here he is to throw. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Geno Stone picks it off. And the Bengals make the play that should win them this game. And just like that, a very run-focused drive. It can hold over 82,000 fans, and every one of those seats is filled for this one, as our coverage of the NFL brings us to MetLife Stadium.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Crescent City of New Orleans and the Caesars Superdome, the home of the Saints. The kicker, Blake Grupe, set to start it. And off we go from the Superdome. We'll see a return here from his own end zone. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Right to the air, it's Winston. It's a short throw, caught by Njoku. Finding space at the 40. And he'll wind up out of bounds past the 45-yard line. Terrific start to this drive. Gain of 23 and a first down.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays, throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45. On first and 10, here's Winston. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
When you can win so fast as an edge rusher, you put so much pressure on the quarterback to speed everything up. He can sense that pressure coming either from his front or back side. It either speeds up and leads to an errant throw, or in this case, it leads to a sack.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long. Second down throw for Jameis. Oh, got him again the second time with a sack on this opening drive.
His defensive line clearly has a beat on this offense. They've got to find a way to settle their pass protections. If they want to be able to get their quarterback in any sort of established rhythm and timing going forward, they're going to have to do a lot better job protecting them. Early in this game, that's already 2 sacks allowed.
He'll try to run for it.
And that's a great job defensively here on third down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
What a call on this opening drive. They're going to go for it on fourth down. From the gun, Winston. That's going to be caught. And he's going to have a Browns first down. That was something else. A big pickup on 4th and long to give him a new set of downs.
We're starting to see this a lot in the NFL. Not only fourth down tries are up, but throwing the ball short of the sticks. Teams are so reliant nowadays on yards after the catch. It could feel a little dicey upon reception, but a nice job here, and fortunately for them, it picks up the first down.
And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up second down. Once again, it's Chubb. And the Browns are going to have a first and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
You can see the confidence that this play caller has on his opening script. This is a textbook drive here to start the game. Nice job there by the back with a big gain. Sets up first and goal.
A run on first and goal. He is in. Naheem Hines. Touchdown, Browns. And, Greg, that is the way you love to start one of those games. Get off the bus, get on the field, get in the end zone. The road team with the first 6 of this one.
And you can just see, Mike, it takes a lot of the air out of the stadium. And this crowd, they're fired up, start of the game, trying to make their presence felt. And the opposing team goes all the way down for an opening drive touchdown.
Seven 0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Here's first and 10. On the ground for the first time, this is Alvin Kamara. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's second and inches. They're going to go right back to Kamara. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. That is a big gainer for the Saints. 33 yards.
It's definitely nice to have one of those bruising, punishing backs, kind of help wear down the defense. But I'll tell you what, you can give me a flat-out electric runner like this guy any day of the week. He can turn on those jets, get in that high gear, and he is gone.
In motion is Hill. On first down, they'll stay with Kamara on the ground. He'll be bogged down. Short pickup to the 25. They'll come up on a second down and 8. Now Carr on the bootleg. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw, and maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion.
Let's make no mistake about it, Mike. I mean, this passing game, it just has not been very efficient here in the first half. I mean, they've produced more yards on the ground than through the air, and incompletions like that certainly aren't going to help.
They need 8 as they come up for third down. From the shotgun, it's Carr. Here's a shot toward the end zone.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on third down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up fourth down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6?
Grupe's kick is good. And the Saints are on the board. It's 7-3. He made the field goal a moment ago. Now Grupe back out to kick it away. And no chance to return this one. Through the end zone for a touchback. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Winston. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
That's one of those plays where you come off the field, Mike, and you're getting a lot of high fives. Hey, good job. But then that secondary's coach pulls you over to the side and says, hey, nice play. But next time, let's come away with the pick.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Winston. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. And the defense has it. Well, he certainly turned that into something on the move. Downfield, looked like he was gaining yards, but then loses control, and the defense comes up with a turnover.
Early on, Mike, it looked like it was going to be a really good play by the quarterback, turning to his legs, getting some pretty good yardage with his feet, but then he failed to not only protect himself, but mostly protect the ball. Defense is able to put a hit on him, jar the ball loose, and now they'll take over after the big takeaway.
On 1st and 10, Carr. To the sideline, and what a catch, and what a great job to keep the feet alive. Inbounds as good as you can do it. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down. Off the play fake. Here's Carr. Off he goes.
That's a good effort here by the quarterback. He does the wise thing. He picks up all he can, all while protecting himself. He hightails it out of bounds. Positive gain. 2nd down.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. On the handoff, it's Kamara. And he's in. Alvin Kamara. Touchdown, New Orleans. Blake Grupe comes on for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Saints are on top. It's now 10-7. After the touchdown, it's Grupe to kick this one away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. To throw, here's Winston. Crushed, it's incomplete. He did get the pass off, but he got drilled before he let it go.
There was no hesitation from the quarterback. From the jump, he knew where he wanted to go with that ball, but still leads to an incompletion. They're just still not quite on the same page.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. They'll run. This is Hines. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. The Browns going to use the first of their timeouts here. And they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down. Now Winston. That's into the hands of Judy on the right side.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they have an internal clock in their head. How does my protection match up with the rush and the route concept I'm trying to attack downfield? In this case, he's looking downfield, realizes quickly this ball's got to come out, checks it down to his underneath drag, picks up what he can.
Throwing on 2nd down, Winston. A great job of knowing when to go. He gets 17 yards on that run and a first down.
You can see here, Mike, the impact that sending your receivers deep does to the defense. You add so many layers, and the defense has to get so much depth in their pass coverage. It leaves a lot of room underneath, and that's exactly what the quarterback takes advantage, tucks the ball down, turns into a runner, picks up the first down.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Throwing, Jameis. And that ball in and out of his hands. It is incomplete. Might tell you after the game he should have come up with that one. He doesn't, and now 3rd down comes up.
So the receiver does everything right except for the most important part. He runs a nice route with great separation downfield. But now you just got to finish that thing off with a catch.
They'll come up to 3rd and 3. They'll try and run it here, and it's Chubb. They're going to bring him down to the 21, but they're also going to move the chains after that run. First down picked up on the ground. Now whistles. Timeout. 3 seconds left in this first half. Dustin Hopkins on now for the field goal. This will be a 38-yard attempt. Hopkins' kick is good. And the Browns will tie this game up here late in the first half. All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Could not ask for more from that first half. All even as we begin quarter number 3. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. In motion is Hill. On 1st down, they'll start out with Kamara. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Play action now. It's caught. The reception for Rashid Shaheed. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. They'll work the middle here with Kamara. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. They'll go play action with Carr. He's going to run it.
These are the plays that just drive the defensive coordinator crazy, Mike. You do everything right, but you don't account for the quarterback scrambling. He's able to get out of the pocket and gain enough for a 1st down.
Olave is the motion man. They'll run on 1st down with Kamara. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a 1st down.
We spent so much time talking about arm strength, and while that certainly has a place in the conversation, look at the touch of this ball, Mike. It's a deep corner route. This ball needs to have the right pace, the right trajectory to not only get it over the 2nd-level defenders, but get that ball down into the hands of his target. He makes it look a lot easier than it actually is.
They run out of the gun and tag on a reverse. And he will dive into the end zone. Rashid Shaheed. Touchdown Saints. Groupie now on for the extra point. He knocks it through. The Saints go up by 7. It is now 17-10. After the touchdown, it's Groupie to kick this one away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Chubb. And the defense all over this one. They knock them down. It'll go down as a loss of 2. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Here's Jameis. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. Back. Here we go. 3rd and a yard. A run up the middle with Chubb. He's going to have a Browns 1st down. They're able to convert by plenty on that 3rd and 1. They bring Judy in motion. Here comes the jet sweep. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. Second down and 8. To throw, Winston. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
Going deep downfield for Judy. And they bring him down there, but it is inside the 10. It is going to be 1st and goal.
And it's the arm talent, Mike. It's on full display. His ability to step up in the pocket, get everything behind that ball, and throw a laser downfield. That's not a throw that all quarterbacks in the NFL are capable of making. And I think it was pretty good defense. Just turned out to be...
And he will get into the end zone. Naheem Hines. Touchdown, Cleveland. He had the touchdown run earlier. Now add a TD reception. The quarterback, with all of his eligible receivers available, uses the back out of the backfield that time, Greg, to take it to the end zone.
And when your running back, Mike, is a valid threat in the passing game, man, it just gives you so many options. And in this case, it was the running back that was the open target. He's able to put the pass on the money. Easy 6 points.
All even. 4th quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. This is 1st and 10. In motion is Hill. On play action, he'll set up to throw. This is intercepted. Picked off by Denzel Ward. And the Browns are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
And this is going to go down as a pick, but it really was the pressure defensively that caused the interception. I mean, he was a little sloppy with his fundamentals, but I think
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Just about set for football. Blake Grupe is ready to get us started. And we are underway from Ford Field. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Right to the air. Here is Goff. His throw incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
First carry now for David Montgomery. Now he's free at the 35. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Saints 20. Opening minute, and already a trip to the red zone. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Goff. Throw left side is complete on a diving effort. And the Lions are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. They'll run with Montgomery. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Goff now to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. David Montgomery from 6 yards away. And the Lions are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Carr going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain. So you can use that to set up your play-action game. Or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
Again, it's Kamara. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Well, you know they had a third down play on standby just in case, but he says no need with that carry. Runs like that will continually earn him more work in this and future contests.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Kamara up the middle. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
He's got exactly what you're looking for, the ability to not just diagnose a play and quickly, but to make a play as well. Nice job there tackling him for a loss.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Saints with a football here to begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a third down coming up.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Now Carr. That is caught. He's got room to roam. Touchdown, New Orleans. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. 47 yards. And the Saints are an extra point away from drawing level. Well, they said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive. He burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
Out of the gun, gone.
To the right side and intercepted. Now he's free at the 35.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Again, this is Kamara.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively.
2nd down and 8.
They run it again with Kamara. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. And Carr's going to keep it himself. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Kamara trying again. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
They'll try to run it in. It's Kamara. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They start the second half with Kamara. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Second down, and it's Kamara again.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Able to power through.
And he's across the 45. It'll be second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Now Carr on the bootleg, rolling to his right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
And when you're in a one-score game in the second half, now's not the time to force the football into places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Carr to throw.
They'll get this out to Kamara.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And no move to pull Carr and the offense off. They're going to go on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Carr. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill.
Still going inside the 20.
That is a tough way to start the 3rd quarter. You get the football, hoping to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. After the interception, here's Goff. Escaping the pressure right. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown.
Jared Goff to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And the Lions have retaken a 3rd quarter lead.
Now the try here for the point after. And that makes it 14-10. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL...
And got his man complete. Now he breaks free in the middle of the field.
Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there.
70 yards. And the Saints have taken the lead here this 3rd quarter. Groupie able to add the PAT.
And it's now 17-14.
After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And
well, this is taken in. It's complete.
Through the middle of the field.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown.
Amon-Ra St. Brown
with now his 2nd touchdown of this 3rd quarter.
And the Lions have answered back with a 3rd quarter touchdown of their own to retake the lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one. Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Carr going to throw. Flushed out right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
At this point in the second half, one mistake on a forced throw could doom your chances of a comeback. So that's the right call there to just throw that one away.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Carr now to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Kamara try the right side.
And he'll work down inside the 45. Now a 2nd and 6.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here.
Kamara gets it again on 2nd down.
And a pretty good run as he'll get this down close to a first at the Lions' 38.
51 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
When you're running the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Carr keeps it on the sneak. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
But when it's 4th and inches, shouldn't you pick up the first down? I mean, shouldn't you go for it? I mean, if you can't get inches, right, why are you playing?
And on inches, that's your favorite play, right? Don't mess with handing it off. Just go ahead and get the surge and go right up the gut.
Exactly. Create that. Just a little bit of space should get it done. You're almost able to take the snap, just fall down and pick it up. They got it there.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. And just not enough on the throw there, down around his feet and incomplete.
Third and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
Throwing his car.
Little short pass here to Hill. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Here we go. This is fourth down.
Now Carr, got to have this one.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. Felt compelled to go for it there on fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a fourth down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You stop to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. First and 10 here.
A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame whooping has turned into results.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley.
And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line.
Just when you thought this game might be turned on its ear, a late
You can almost hear the noise coming from the nearby French Quarter. And they're being just as loud inside Caesars Superdome here in New Orleans. Blake Grupe out and ready to send this away. And we're underway in Caesars Superdome. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. They'll start this series with an option left. This doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Alontae Taylor making the stop. Now here's Keaton Mitchell with the run. And the push forward doesn't get beyond the line. Chase Young bringing him down there. The dose of the hurry-up offense here. Jackson now on third. Complete beyond the marker. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Offense up to the line fast. First down, here's Lamar. Rolling left, buying some time. He tucks it and takes off. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Working quickly here. They don't get this snapped in time. This is going to back them up. Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0. Set him back 5. It's 1st and 15 after the penalty. Lamar back to throw. And not a great choice on first down. It's incomplete, nearly intercepted actually, so second down coming up.
I think I could see his eyes from the booth. He was envisioning the return and simply dropped it. You got to secure the pick before anything else.
Second and 15. Big catch made, and he got both feet in. Offense in the hurry up here. Running out of the gun with Mitchell. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Lamar now from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Bend. Even good defenses, great defenses in this league, Kate, they're going to bend at times, but you never want to break. And when you get a sack in the red zone, that goes a long ways to helping your efforts.
Let's see what they went with on third down. From the gun, Jackson. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints take over after forcing the first turnover of this ball game. Well, how quickly things can change. They were looking so good just a couple of plays ago, and suddenly, not anymore. A red zone look comes up empty with that interception.
I think the pressure got to him there, Kate. And I don't even mean all those pass rushers, although they were certainly coming too. I mean the pressure of being third down in the red zone. That's where you got to slow yourself down as a quarterback and know you've got to simply protect the football.
This is Alvin Kamara with it. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. We've finished one quarter in what's still a scoreless game. Couple of zeros on the board right now. Back to the Superdome of Caesar in just a bit. We're back for the second quarter. Saints in possession of the football. They have second and pretty long here. They go play action with Carr. On the move, headed right. This is reeled in by Valdez-Scantling. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain, giving that tackle to Kyle Van Noy.
It's one thing to draw all these routes up when you're in the pocket. It's quite another when a play breaks down. Timing on routes change when you leave the pocket and scramble. What a great adjustment to still deliver a clean ball.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Here's Carr. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That one hits for 30. And that's good for a New Orleans first down. Handoff headed right, Kamara. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Carr off the play fake. Vacates quickly left side. He'll check this one down. Complete to the fullback. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson.
You know what I love about this? Never showing panic. When he leaves the pocket, look at his eyes. They continue to search downfield. They're never looking at the rush. They're finding the open man downfield before running out of real estate.
So we're at the 2-minute warning here from the Superdome. And it's the Saints, needing 8 on 3rd down. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Ravens bring an extra DB out there. 3rd down coming up. From the shotgun, Carr launches one deep downfield. Brought in inside the 20. He's all the way home. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints get some late points and the lead. Now, I know that's one of his favorite routes to run, Brock, but that has got to be one of a quarterback's favorite throws to make as well, right? Drop it in over the defender and take the lid off the D for 6.
Because it is so simple. It's something that these two have done and thrown together for years and years. Maybe not to each other, but since Pop Warner, they've been running the go route. Just run right by him, and if you're even, you're leaving, and I'm going to drop it right over the top.
Blake Groupie to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Gets into this one. It's a deep pass to the opposite side. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down. Just got a hand up on that to break it up. And now they face 2nd down.
You know, as a QB, I'm going to note that in the back of my head. That was a heck of a break. Knocks the ball away. DBs like that, they tend to, once they get one hand on the ball, have a pretty good beat on you and can get 2 hands on it the next time.
Second and 10 now. Escapes out to the left. He's trying another one deep. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. He was looking for Mark Andrews. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
He's trying to go deeper. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Kool-Aid McKinstry has the INT. And the Saints put together a wonderful return. Gets him back inside the 40 following the interception. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away just as they did.
Counter give to Kamara. This is ahead for about 5. Nate Wiggins getting up to end that play. The rookie from Clemson in on that stop.
This defense may have been headed the wrong way initially on that counter run, but they never lost contain. As that play shifted back, they flowed with it and caught him before he could break it up the sideline.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. They motion the tight end over. They give on 2nd to Kamara. Makes a cut to the right sideline. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
Kate, that's the type of run that shines the light well on him as a runner, of course. But you got to give a lot of credit to everybody else. Those skill guys, when you have an outside run, they got to do their job. Not just the big boys up front, not just the running backs. That takes everyone on the perimeter blocking to get a big run like that.
Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal.
Right now.
They'll run with Kamara. And they'll make the stop after a small push to the 5. It's a gain of 1 on 1st and goal. Now it's going to be 2nd and 5. We have a timeout here. 2nd one taken by New Orleans. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. It's 2nd and goal. Here's a give inside to Kamara. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. It's a gain of 3. That leaves him only a yard shy on 3rd and goal. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And that kick goes out of bounds. They're going to get great field position out of this. Well, we knew it, Brock, and now they know it too. That one was on their defense. They'll have a new set of downs following that defensive penalty. Throwing on 1st down, it's Carr. They left him wide open, it's complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a pickup of 34 yards. And the Saints are going to have a 1st down. So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. Kamara now on 1st and 10. And he's able to manage a couple on that run. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. He's got it on the bootleg. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Pressure coming for Carr. Got his target. It's Hill. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints grow the lead coming out of halftime. Group B to try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Saints double their lead to 14. Here's Group B on now to handle the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. Forced out to his right. Finds Aguilar. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. The dose of the hurry-up offense here. Mitchell up the middle. And they stop him after a good run that takes him down inside the 40. Offense up to the line fast. From the 39. Finds his man. It's Rashad Bateman. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
Throwing now on first down, it's Jackson. And this one too far in front of him, it's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And that'll bring up second down.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
Throwing again is Lamar. Aguilar with the ground. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. Working quickly here. From the red zone now. Buys time, rolling right. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens start the second half with some needed points. Now the Ravens offense staying put. Look at this. They're going for two. Lamar throwing again. And the conversion is no good as that pass falls incomplete.
That is tremendous defense. First and foremost, you got to defend against the run on this short of a field. To do that and adapt in time to force an incompletion, boy, that is a huge win for the defense.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. To return this, Rashid Shaheed. Some good work on that return. Brock gets this up to the 33. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They're going to start on the ground with Kamara. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Didn't get that one off in time. This is going to be a delay of game. Can't get the play off in time, and I'm going to wager the call is going to come in much quicker, Brock, for this next snap. Chance here for one final play before the end of the quarter.
What now?
They'll run here following the penalty. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. We'll see what they come up with for 3rd down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. The Saints have it with a lead. Not a big one, though, trying to carry it through. Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Complete beyond the marker. They touch him down, but a great pickup, and it's good for a first.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Waiting behind center with Kamara. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. Now he'll throw off the play fake. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So they're left facing 3rd and long. When we look back at this one, Brock, it is going to be defensive highlight after defensive highlight. And there again, the examples, they just keep coming.
The physical play has been the trademark. Really, from the first snap through this second half, there have not been many just uncontested, clean, efficient plays. Every effort's been answered, and that's why that scoreboard's not been lit up.
Back to throw it. They did it. He made the interception. Roquan Smith with the pick. And the Ravens have some new life in the 4th. All right, defense did its job, forced the offense into a 3rd and long, and that, in large part, partner, led to that interception.
Such a dichotomy, Kate, in so many ways. Offensively, we hear all the time what? Stay on schedule, avoid these situations. Defensive coaches, you know what they say, earn the right to rush the passer, earn the right to make them one-dimensional, and when you do, go pay it off. And they did in the biggest of ways with that huge INT.
Mitchell on the give, headed left. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line. Offense in the hurry up here. Again, this is Mitchell. And he gets taken down immediately right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing for him on that play as we've hit the 2-minute warning. In the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Walker going to motion over right. And he will carry this across for the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens cut it to just 2 late in the game. It's a Tez Walker touchdown. So there's part 1, Brock. They get the touchdown that they desperately needed. Now, you'd imagine, comes a try for 2.
Yeah, and this might be just as tough as to go get that touchdown they just did because, well, they work on 2-point conversions, but they're difficult. This is also a must-have, though, Kate, if they want to try and force overtime.
Back to throw. Flush down now to his left. And he's taken down. The defense maintains the 2-point lead. We're down to a 2-point difference as they send the kick away. Shaheed now to return. He stopped on the return at the 27. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now Kamara. And this one does not go far. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. Receiver gets it on the handoff. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
Tried to mix in a little wide receiver carry and catch this defense on its heels. We've seen it work time and again, and it almost got there. Without that tackle, we could have seen a big gainer. But give some credit to the defense where credit is due.
And the Ravens go in nickel, 3rd down. Setting up to pass. He puts everything behind this one. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. They get 40 on the big hitter. And that's good for a New Orleans 1st down.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. Down to a knee, and we're going to see if that defense chooses to expend one of its final 2 timeouts.
They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
Back into that favorite formation they go, Brock, forcing those guys to burn a timeout. So fans starting to stream from the Superdome to the French Quarter as it's a win for the Saints. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock, you and I included. A close one that went all the way down to the final whistle.
Okay, this is one of the bigger adjustments a college player has to make to the NFL. In college, you get a lot of blowouts. The NFL, every game you get calloused because you know more often than not they'll be like this, a one-possession game that's not about how you start. It's all about how you finish.
So that's it for us here. Brock Heward, our crew, I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Saints as we say so long from New Orleans.